All right, so you learn to DJ, you start throwing your own parties. Uh, you went to school after that. You went to college.
Yeah, man. I started off at JUCO, and then I ended up at U of H for a little while. Man, I partied way too hard at U of H. I ended up failing out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Went back home for a little bit, did JUCO a little bit more, and then I ended up at Prairie View. Um, in that time, I was getting better, learning to DJ. And by the time I got to Prairie View, I was pretty much already established in Houston, like not in Houston like as a DJ, but throwing parties. I had started this Friday party at Yao Ming's restaurant. And first party I threw there. So a little bit of a backstory. Basically, these house parties got too big, and I was spending too much money because we would spend 500-600 bucks on liquor, food, feed everybody. Everybody could drink, for free. Bring bottles if you want. But we'd always run out of liquor, or it'd be 4 in the morning. Everybody's throwing up in the pool, all that crazy stuff. I'm like, man, we got to find some place to do this officially. So, man, I go to this party with my homie at Yao Ming's restaurant, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, this is okay. And I told him, I said, man, I could pack this place out. Like, bro, our parties could definitely like have this place jumping. So this is the first time I ever did anything outside of a house. I go find the manager. I'm nervous as shit. I'm like, hey, man, my name's Rican. I throw these parties. You think maybe we could talk about it? So we talk. We email. Next thing you know, he's like, hey, yeah, we got Fridays open. Let's start. And I was like, man, I still have my first flyer. Like, first flyer I ever made. My homie Roosevelt made it for me. I was super excited. Back then, MySpace was popping.
Change your profile.
Yeah,
Image to
changing
the
my profile,
flyer.
bro. Putting it on, hitting it everybody's page with the flyer.
Oh wow.
Share it. Yeah, like that's what we were doing. Me and my homie Tavo, dog. Like marketing. That's where my marketing started. Like back then, collecting emails. Like, hey, y'all come hit our party. Like I was doing that. In 2002, 2003. And had no idea like what I was really doing. Anyway, so we throw this party, and bro, they shut it down because it's too packed.
Wow.
And I was like, damn. I was like, bro, they ain't gonna never invite me back here. I'm like, man, I'm never gonna be able to throw another party again. I'm gonna have to go back to finding empty houses because that's what I was doing. My homie was a builder, and I would throw parties in his empty houses before he would sell them. Bro, it was wild as hell. Had Halloween parties, all kind of crazy stuff. Yeah, bro, no lights. I would run a cord to the house
Wow.
next door to
Wow.
get some electricity in there. Yeah, bro, we were doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, I don't want to go back to that. But he's like, so he pulled me aside. He's like, hey man, yeah, fire marshal shut us down, whatever. And I was like, man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm like, man, I guess we can't do business anymore. He's like, what? He's like, nah, man. He's like, let's book another date. He's like, we'll take care of it. Like, we'll make it work next time. He's like, I just didn't know it was gonna be like this.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay, man. But I tell you what, that has happened so many times more after that I've thrown a first party at a place, including Lucille's that I'm at now. When I first got there, the first night, they shut it down at like 12. He's like, we can't handle it. It's too many people. And I'm like, I told you. I told you that there was going to be a lot of people, but, venues sometimes they're skeptical. They're like, we're just two bartenders. But that night, man, I made like $4,000 at the door.
Wow.
And I had never made money DJing before that.
Wow.
So I'm like, man, we might be onto something. I did that for like about 2 years, 2.5 years. Graduated college. I was at Prairie View at the time. So I only DJ'd one party in Prairie View the entire time I was there. Because, them guys, frat parties, and they like wanting to pay me like $150. I'm like, dude, I'm making $4,000 in Houston. Why would I?
Yao Ming paying me.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I'm like, why would I do your party for $150? And then it's like all college music and stuff. So my parties were all like Colombians and Dominicans. I'm mixing salsa and hip hop and merengue and everything.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't really want to do that. Like, you guys can have it. I'm just here for school. Let me finish college. So I finished college, graduate, and I stopped DJing. And I was like, man, this is what I've been wanting. Like DJing wasn't a goal. It was just at that time it was just a hobby.
Right.
But a way to make extra money. But shortly after, I was dating this chick, and I was like, man, she's kind of expensive, bro. I was like, I need to get back in the game.
Shout out to her.
Yes. So that was the second part of my career. And that's when Fox Hollow started, and which led to Waxaholics and what everything that it is now. Yeah. Yeah. So it's funny. It's kind of incremental.
Did Yao Ming ever come to the party?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He did.
Yeah. He used to come. His parents used to come.
Oh wow.
Yeah. My mom. My brothers met him a few times. He always thanked me. He's like, "Hey, thank you for bringing people here, bringing us business." Like we had a really good relationship. His managers were super cool. Like, that was like a learning experience for me, just to learn how to negotiate how much money I can get for what, hey, you keep the door, okay, you keep this, give me a certain percentage after this many sales, we just kind of learned together. Yeah, it was nice, man. Yeah.